I know your name. Don't hide from me, 'cause I see all your pain. It's written in your eyes. You and I, we are one and the same. For better or for worse, our dreams are our curse. We are united in our pain. So tell me why we live like angels with no halos, walking blind in a wasteland, a graveyard, out of sight and out of mind. It must be crazy to live so aimlessly, and yet so
Ladies and gents, we're here in the wonderful world of Wing Warriors, and glad you're happy to join, I guess. I don't know where my words were going on that one, but they went somewhere.
Yeah, they went somewhere, even if it meant nosediving into, like, verbal diarrhea or something.
Incomprehensible bullshit.
Or something like that.
Yes, we're back. All good. We're actually... It's actually... Oh my god! Actually, 2 weeks in a row we're doing a session. Holy shit.
Holy shit. Like let's see how long this keeps up.
Don't expect this to keep.
Don't expect us to be consistent.
But it's good. It's a step forward.
Yeah,
any progression with the game design? Don't ask me that.
any progression with the artwork, don't ask me that either.
Yeah, fair enough. But
I mean,
it's
I've
okay.
done some sketches and stuff,
no, yeah, lovely research.
but
Research.
researching into things. I've done humans, elves, and dwarves so far. I think I'm going to focus on the gnomes before moving on to the more, I want to say, challenging stuff.
Oh yeah.
The
Can't wait to see
Sharkon.
what you depict as Agricon. That's
Oh
the
my
kicker.
Oh my fucking god! Yes, because the thing is I think I may have said this several times. Who knows? But with agricons, you could go in so many different ways. Like I think I drew like one agricon which is like covered in like sort of tree vines and
Yes.
leaves and shit, and then you have other agricons which look like them stone marble statues of like Greek gods and goddesses and things. Speaking of Greek gods and goddesses, hi Foxy.
Hello.
He's not a stone
I've-
god or goddess. He's a furry.
And
Eh,
if I'm some kind of god, I'm the freaking Anubis.
God of a
Oh,
furry.
what a surprise! I'm actually surprised you didn't go. Well, I mean, technically Fenrir isn't a god as such, but I'm surprised you didn't go with Fenrir or even like a fox kitsune god or something in Japan. But then, is there really any notable?
Well, Anubis is a god of death, so
Well, I think he's the god of embalming, not exactly the god of death. I think Osiris has that title only because Set was the one that like went, here, come into this lovely box and like play a game. Like, let's see how long you can last in that box. Okay, boys, drown him. Or okay,
Oh.
boys, like fuck him up.
oh, okay. Anubis
guess-
is the Egyptian god of mummification and afterlife.
Yep.
Yeah. And I guess
Told
that's,
ya.
and this is the thing. This is the thing with
So-
Anubis. No, never mind. Gone. I had a witty comment and it faded away.
Yeah, and then there's funny thing about that that if I'm Anubis, I can honestly say that it's like you meet me in the ring, and then I won't even leave you alone after you're dead.
I mean, you judge other people's like goodness. Like
Yes.
you basically have a scales.
Yeah,
And you have this feather, and you weigh the person's heart. If the heart is lighter, then they go off to the afterlife. If not, then the heart gets fed to a fucking monster hippopotamus crocodile
yes.
thing. I don't know.
Indeed.
I know you feed it to something.
Yeah. And it's like eternal damnation after that, so
Oh yeah, totally. But you are a dishonest person. You're gonna like fucking get eaten and shit. You're gonna swallow in despair and shit.
yeah.
But yes, but yeah, with the agricons, yeah, because there's so many different ways that you can like interpret like many agricons, because like mountains and stone and shit, they all look different. Like no two rocks are the same, but no two mountains look the same. So it's just a kind of go nuts with it. Go absolutely batshit crazy with it. Yeah, I think Snake. I think the Hisson and the Sharkon is going to be a bit of a challenge, because I feel as though I'm not too great with like sort of long muzzly type things.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, okay, sharks and snakes don't really have long muzzles, but they still have fucking like snout type things, which are fucking hard to draw. Yeah. I mean, at least with like Loplands, like you could kind of have it a little more, not really more humanoid, but there isn't so much snout. So there isn't really any sort of 3D elements to kind of worry as much. But
Yeah.
yeah, the hilarity will ensue. I don't think I've ever drawn what's that snake called? It's the black, yellow, and red stripe. Is it a coral snake or
Oh, the
something?
coral one, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've drawn any. I don't think I've drawn a coral snake yet. That's going to be an interesting one to figure out
Oh yes.
because it's got so many
Yeah.
colors. I have to try and distinguish like the different colors in such a way that it looks okay and not too messy. But at least you know it's a coral snake.
And
That's-
now I will say that I will be back in 5 minutes.
God damn it, Foxy, you just arrived.
Yes, but I will be back in 5.
Fine.
Initiate countdown.
4 minutes 59. 4 minutes 58. I mean, what?
Okay, we're not that bad, bloody hell. But yes. One thing I do want to say about Wing Warriors, I know it may seem that, especially in the most recent months, it may seem that development has been slow and stagnant, as well as, of course, you've noticed with the streams. I'm trying to rectify this. As you can imagine, with what's currently happening in the world, my job takes precedent. I am a key worker currently. For those who don't know, I do work in the NHS. And as you can imagine, working in that environment means I'm working more hours. I'm doing more than my original job entails. And working my arse off, including not really having a bank holiday weekend. Because, as you can imagine, today is Good Friday. Because it's a feel-good day. As it should be. Respect to anyone out there that is celebrating the Easter weekend, Christianity and any other religions out there. I hope you celebrate Mass in a very safe way. That's very important.
Yeah, safety is key, man.
Very true. I, however, do not get that liberty. I've been in all day today.
I was gonna say, like, as a key worker, you're probably more exposed to like other people.
Yeah,
Than, like,
especially in
everyone
our
else.
doctor's surgery. We've reduced as many physical appointments as possible, but we still run the walk-in centre, which means anyone can still come down. We have restricted as to what we will be able to see through the walk-in centre, but even with that, we haven't had a lot of people come in, but we still have people coming in. So at any point, it could be a threat. But for now, I'm fine. A lot of my colleagues are fine, and we're just cracking on. But the main gist of what I was getting at is that, as you can imagine, with all that happening, I have to prioritize. And a lot of the times when I've come back from my work shifts, I've just been so done and so knackered that I've just wanted to chill. So I've been resorting myself to World of Warcraft with my buddies, which I am going to try my best to put my streaming gear on when I am playing that, so that I can at least play with you guys and we can just have a laugh. Even if you don't really like WoW, but you just want to banter and join me for some hilarious fun times, go for it. I know I've just recently hit 120 on my new character, the Pandaren Shaman that I've been working on.
Ooh, well
yes.
done, you.
And now my mini goal for myself is to unlock some of the allied races, starting with the Suramar Elves, because I want to use a Suramar Elf as a mage at some point.
Sweet.
And then after doing them, it'll be the Zandalari Trolls to make a Troll Rogue, which was my original character all the way back when World of Warcraft first came out, and basically remake them from the ground up. And then finally, working on, because I'm not after all of them, but I'm after ones that I will personally enjoy playing as. The other one that I was really looking into was actually the Volpera, and I only wanted to unlock the Volpera because I want to see how hilarious it is playing as a Volperan Death Knight.
Yeah, Wolper and Death Knights actually look hilarious.
Oh yeah, and that's pretty much
It's
it.
like-
It's the closest I will get to a Murloc Death Knight,
Yeah.
so I'm just gonna have to take it, sadly. But at least then,
Aw.
I'm prepared for Shadowlands. I've got the races I
Oh.
want.
But do you have the Wolpera open yet?
Say it again.
Do you have the Wolpera open yet?
I do on my hunter, my level 120 hunter. So when I go to build the reputation, I'll be using him instead of my shaman. My
Yeah.
shaman is focusing on Suramar at the moment, and then once I'm done with Suramar, I'm gonna check my shaman's reputation versus my hunter's reputation with areas, because I think my hunter has more rep with Volpera and the Zoldazar trolls at the moment. So I might be best doing it with him rather than with my panda, but we'll sort it out. Either way,
Yeah, because it's you're gonna need. I think you need a horde for to grind the Volpera rep. Although Alliance does have it, but I think your shaman actually, I think it's a horde.
yep. But
Yep.
most of my characters are horde because screw the alliance.
I
I'm
have both.
I'm sorry. I hate them. Okay, I'm not a fan of starting in Goldshire all the bloody time. And everyone knows what
Well-
happens in Goldshire stays in Goldshire. No wonder it's a whorehouse. Ugh.
Yeah, and also, interesting thing is that if you play something else, like nice Worgen, you don't start out of Goldshire. Because I find humans being boring character to play in roleplay as also in World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Yeah.
roleplay, I need to run to the bathroom real quick. I will be right back.
Okay.
You have 10 seconds to comply. No, I'm joking. I'm not not that bad. Yeah, good stuff coming though. We're not necessarily the development of Wing Warriors will kickstart again when I get a chance. I know what needs to be worked on, and I know where I'm at with working on things. So don't you worry. One thing I am looking into is really working to develop the integrity system to replace our current health system. That won't come into play for a good time yet, but it is something I really want to experiment with because I think I can really make this game stand out that little bit extra with that idea that I had. If you want more information on that system, please watch the last stream that you can see on YouTube, and that'll catch you up. Simple as. But yes, tonight we continue from last week's escapade, and I'm looking forward to see what happens, and looking forward to seeing people's reactions and hearing them. I don't know where the others are at the moment,
Mhm.
but we will find out.
Yes.
Let me have a look. I will buzz them again. All systems go, my dudes. Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Yes.
Yeah, fun times ahead. More fun times and all that jazz, and me being knackered as all hell. So, if I get tired at some point during this stream, you have been warned. You have been explained
Yes.
why. And if you don't like it, submit it. No. Well, maybe not.
Also, I'm considering that after Ring Warriors, I might be doing some grinding in World of Warships
Lovely.
because I need Mike Noisenal.
I need that ship. God damn it!
Yeah, I need that ship because after that ship, I can get my Bismarck Finally.
Fair play.
God damn it, I think one of my Rubik's Cubes has fallen down. Let's have a look-see. It's my 3x3! Don't want to lose that one.
Hmm.
There we go. I wonder where everyone else is.
Yeah, I'm wondering that as well.
Yeah. I mean, Vinny has a legit reason. He has a little one.
Yes, he has a little one now.
Yes, a little leg.
Little is is a good reason.
Very true. Very true. If I don't have anything by 10 past, we'll just go anyway. And if they miss it, they miss it!
Yeah.
Punishment!
The punishment, they turn into a zombie. I mean, what?
The dawn!
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, I'm... Okay, so I am kind of wondering how tomorrow is going to play out in terms of a D&D Deeper Dungeons game that we have.
Ooh,
So,
sounds-
essentially, from where we left off, we, like, our party of, I suppose, huntsmen, as it were, was sent to a colder part of the region where the Scourge, basically, I guess, dark and malevolent force hell-bent on, ruining everything for everyone. Hello, Vinny.
Speaking of ruining everyone, hello.
Hello.
And and we came across our old home, village type thing, which was decimated in a kind of raid where all of our friends and loved ones were slaughtered before our very eyes as children. And we were like, hang on, that's my house. To which, like, basically me, our paladin, and our warlock was like, hang on, that's my house. No, that's my house. My house clearly has this thing. We're all wondering why we thought that we lived in this specific house, even though we all knew that we each lived in separate houses. So go in, find a trapdoor, and we go down into some kind of basement thing, which turns out to be some kind of cloning breeding ground. And what's worse is that we find our names on some of the capsules. To which my cleric went into a maniacal, suicidal kind of, our lives have been a lie. Like, I'm not going to be a puppet anymore, but I guess everyone else pounced on the cleric and be like, nope, you're not doing that.
Actually, Tash,
Yes.
have you played Call of Cthulhu before?
Call of Cthulhu, I
Yeah.
believe I have, yes.
Have you ever heard of module called? I think it's not isolation play. It's. I need to check it out what it is, but
I don't think I'd played that one before, if that's what you're asking.
yeah, because there is this really really awesome, really horror based sort of like module, which basically is you described. It's really fun, but you are basically just being a different. All of a sudden, you are like if you are you sort of might lose your mind, but you are transferred to another body.
I
And,
mean,
it's like
Yeah.
the reality is just really so fluid that you cannot even follow it. What happened in when you are in your actual body, but
Well-
it turns out you are in my goat like brain chamber or something, if I remember correctly.
But then, like afterwards, like we kind of smell burning, and all of a sudden, our entire village is on fire.
Oh.
Followed by 2 Wendigo Yeti things, and like our wonderful nemesis, who pretty much killed everyone in our childhood, sort of thing. But then for some reason our nemesis is like, yeah, you need to get stronger, so like, heal, sort of thing. And
Yeah.
then our paladin kind of went batshit crazy. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so that's a fun thing. But hey, we get up to 11th level after we return home. Yay! But you know what's even more fun than returning home to the place where possible traitors could possibly be? Ring warriors.
Yes,
I agree.
definitely.
Definitely. Ladies and gentlemen, we have no idea where Evie is this evening, but I'm sure we will get them catched up. But, needless to say, fun times ahead. So,
Yes.
quick recap of the last session, even though I've typed it and I've already discussed about it a little bit. Last time, the party members were going through the big top of the Mad World Circus. They were dealing with chainsaw clowns, beat the living snot out of them, set them on fire, and doused them out by burying them in sand. In that
One
order.
of which just bawled his eyes out because he was too stupid to care.
There you go.
Yeah.
Some call it magic. But that happened. The guys then followed a set of tracks that they found off to a mysterious, constantly going hall of mirrors, of which they solved the puzzle of. Carried them on into a room involving some of the locked animals there. Dodging being clawed by bear and tiger alike. Very good. Urg patting the bear because nice. And then you found a studio room. And in the studio room you had 2 buttons, and the first button you hit woke up the audience, and you found out they're all zombies and have started leaving the big top. More on that
Whoops.
later. The second one unlocked the hatch to where you were supposed to go, and you were confronted by the guys that Urg, Artemis, and Liam had fought during the Lavania versus Mike Jaws match, which was quite a while ago now.
Yes.
You're also confronted with the boss of Mad World, or who you believe to be the boss of Mad World, and Agatha inside a helicopter, as Urg rolled successfully to suplex the chopper. And as a result of that, Agatha, whilst bathed in flames...
Yeah, Org did.
Very good. While bathed in flames, transformed into a demonic creature, seemingly doused in flame the other members of Mad World. And before ending that scenario, Artemis, who tried their best to calm Agatha down one last time, got their arm dislocated.
Sorry,
Okay.
Evie.
And thus
I
we
tried.
continue as
Yes.
your characters staring into a body of flames inhabiting a downed chopper. Artemis on knees in excruciating pain, as specifically the right arm has been dislocated from the shoulder, and as you can imagine will need immediate medical attention.
Yes.
But you do not have time to get that medical attention, as you seem to be looking into the flames thinking, well, what the hell just happened? Behind the heads of Urg and Liam, you hear revolvers click against the back of your heads.
God.
God dang it. Oh,
As you
well.
hear two people going, "Freeze and pull them up."
Hang on, but I was gonna say, like, someone, someone like, oh yeah, like we see the two big guys, can't see the gnome in the top hat and the cape and all, but still.
Yeah.
Well, they were the first people in
We'll
there.
turn around to them and just say, "Can't put you up. We're living in a hotel."
Well, you guys like Thaddeus. You can see just the disappointment on one of their faces as they just face palm with their available hand.
Now, gentlemen, like, there must be a simple misunderstanding. We're not the bad guys here. Well, I mean, I'm usually the bad guy, but this time around, I am most certainly innocent among my compatriots.
You notice that one of them goes like, you notice that one of them just goes into their long coat, whips out another revolver, clicks it, and sticks it in your general direction, going, "Who the hell you talking about a man for, bastard?" As you just hear the other person going, "Hey, deputy, calm the hell down. We're supposed to bring him in alive, not dead."
Well, Liam puts his hands up and turns around slowly,
Okey-doke.
but is there anything he could do to disarm the guy who holds up the revolver? Because it's Liam's background has given him this almost like PTSD from being pointed at with a gun about this this kind of situation.
I get it. I think the best thing I could say to that: roll me a wits check, but you will be rolling this with harm.
Okay. So it's 1d6 plus harm wits.
Which, if I'm correct, should be 2.
It's it's 2. So it's 1d6 plus 2, and let's see. That's a critical success.
Okay, that's very good. Very, very good.
Yeah, so that's 8.
Lovely. Effectively, you put your hands up, and as you put your hands up, you like get a small glint in your eye as when you raise them, you quickly grab backwards, pointing the revolver up into the air, and swing around, then basically reversing it, so you have the revolver in your hand, sticking it straight into the face of the person that was. You know what I mean? You basically reversed it, so now you hold the revolver into their face. As a result of that, the other revolver wearing person is whipping out their second revolver, sticking it into your face. As you are face to face with someone you may have seen before.
Oh.
Roll me a smarts check for a moment, Liam.
Alrighty. With just normal.
Yep, normal.
Normal smarts. So let's see what's gonna happen. That's an 8.
That's not bad. You're looking at this person, and then you get a good idea as to how they're looking. These two individuals are wearing white cowboy-like gear, where they've got like the white over-the-top cowboy hat, a white trench coat, and then underneath that white trench coat they've got white wrestling overalls on, with a belt holding their 2 with holders for their 2 revolvers.
Hmm.
You notice that this one, specifically that you're face to face with, is a female Loplan. And recalling how the other person spoke, you're pretty certain they're a human male. You then take a moment to think to yourself, wait a minute, I've seen these before.
Mm-hmm.
These 2 are the current reigning World Tag Team Champions.
God damn it.
Oh.
They are simply known. The male is known as Ace Weston.
Mm-hmm.
The female known as Deputy Mountain Jones. Both of these are known as the Outsiders.
God dang it.
And you remember that the Outsiders, when they're not wrestling, are hired sheriffs that are only called in order to bring in the biggest of bad guys.
Just
Well,
got in my head now. Just got in my head now that scene from Mitchell and Webb. Are we the baddie?
hello. Why would you be chasing us?
The Ace will be looking at you, just going, I think maybe first you should put down that firearm and then we can speak. Trust me, boy, we're not here to cause any trouble. We're here on a job. Put that gun down.
I'm sorry. I have my issues with my past. I don't like to be pointed at with a gun. So I'm sorry about that. Liam opens. Liam actually opens the roller from the revolver,
Yep.
empties out the bullets,
Mhm.
puts the revolver, the roller back in, and just hands it back, with him holding it from its barrel.
Okay, cool. You do just that and you hand it back. Mountain goes over to grab the gun, and as she goes to grab the gun, attaches you to her with a pair of handcuffs.
You wanted to talk about a job. Why did you put a handcuff on me?
Because it's part of the job. Follow what we're gonna say, and like we said, no one gets hurt.
Can Erg walk over to them and just try and break the handcuffs? Like just the chain in the middle.
You can certainly. As you're walking towards them, I need to do a thing quickly. Okay, as you step closer, Ace takes his rifle that he's holding and shoots at the ground in front of you. As if to go, boy, you don't move until I say it's okay to move. Unless you want a bullet going into your skull.
I want to try and bluff them and like say something along the lines of, "I'm only getting closer so I can hear what the job is."
Roll me an appeal check.
All right, what's my appeal again? Sorry.
It is 5.
Hmm.
That's not bad.
It's D6, isn't it?
Yup.
No, I've rolled 10.
You said you got a 10, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. As he's sticking his gun now back to you, he just goes, He just looks over, gives you like that old school cowboy like squint, and it's just like, we're not telling anybody about the job until we're in a more safer location. In case you ain't noticed, that fire's spreading faster than a bushfire in Australia.
Well then, if you would let me go from these cuffs, we might know the way out, which would be safe, and we could maybe have this conversation without me holding possible lawsuit against you.
This is when, in a blink, it seems as if the rest of you have been put into handcuffs. As if the deputy is fast enough to quickly get you all in them without being noticed.
Can Erg try just to simply just like wrench his arms apart and stand there as if nothing was a problem?
Or as if to just like simply like just break the chain
And then
with
just
no
put his
problem.
arms back to where they were, yeah. As if he was just stretching, make it look effortless.
Roll me a power check.
I was gonna say, if they've done that to Artemis, Artemis will probably let out a like, "Oh, what's a bitch?"
Yeah.
I rolled 12 in total.
As you roll a 12, you just go to nonchalantly break out of the cuffs. And then as you're like just seemingly stretching out as if to, they'll smash of their own accord, you stretch out a certain amount and then all of a sudden it's like your arms are just zipped back in place.
Thought I'd try.
With Artemis's reaction, the deputy is just nonchalant about it and just goes, "Trust me, I'm not doing this because I want to. Doing this because it's how we do things. But come on, we got a shortcut out of this place."
You are. I would like to point out one thing for you. You work in Texas, correct?
I work wherever I need to.
Because if I am correct that you are from Texas, there is actually that you are on wrong jurisdiction and you wouldn't have authority in Miami.
Boy, we know you're sure as hell that you're a champion in your own area. The last time I checked, you don't understand. World Tag Team Champions means we're world state enforcement. Don't matter where we go, we run the law.
Also, you might have forgotten that I'm also the strong style champion and I have immunity
In the
over
UK.
in
dumbass.
the UK, yes, in the UK. But do you really want to make this an international incident?
The deputy rolls her eyes as if to think, "Oh God, he's not going there, is he?"
Yeah,
Whilst
I am
Ace,
going there.
Whilst Ace just seemingly goes, "Oh God, I got another one of these bad boys. Well, ain't no help for it." And let me just roll a thing. You feel a sharp jolt into the side of your arm. It is not a bullet. Or at least it doesn't seem like a bullet.
Okay.
Now, you seemingly just think, "What the hell was that?" As you are gradually put to sleep.
Oh,
Okay.
Now, I told the rest of you, we ain't here to hurt you. But if anyone else causes any problems, you'll be going to sleep here like your friend.
All I just want to say is thank you. His ramblings and mumblings were kind of giving me a bit of a headache, to be honest.
You will also feel a prick into your arm
Whoa!
as you are slowly put to sleep.
As Thaddeus is falling asleep, just lets out a happy sigh and a big smile.
See, why can't everyone just be like your big rock friend over here? He's having a good time.
Because none of us are having a fucking good time.
Gears.
Now, Mr.
Well-
Rockman, do you mind? Now, I know you're a little bit shackled, but if I put some people on your shoulders and in your arms, you wouldn't mind helping me carry people now, would you?
Any chance for weightlifting? Happy.
Well, thank you very much. As Artemis also feels a sharp jolt in her.
Damn it.
The three of you are put to sleep. And systematically put onto Erg. So that Erg is carrying all three of you. As the outsiders take Erg out of the fiery vicinity into a more safer location.
Just sort of like quietly singing to himself as he walks with them, like, hi ho, it's off to fight I go.
You can tell, like, as you're walking along doing that, you can tell the deputy gets a little bit miffed. As he's just going, do we have to listen to him sing like that? As he goes, hey, I don't know about you, I love it. But you get outside the vicinity of where the fire is, and you notice there is a big police van situated near the big top. The outsiders go look over you and just go, now can you be a nice guy and just sit in the back of this van? It's not taking you to anywhere scary. It's just part of the job.
Can you put these guys in there first?
Well, certainly, my man. Hey, I'll help you with that.
And
Both
just
of
sort of
them,
shrug him into his arms, sort of thing.
yeah, like both of them just take their time getting all the guys into the van, sat down and put in there so that they're all safe and sound. Not hurting them, just carefully positioning them. Now looking at you, just going, okay, now it's your turn, big man.
Just sits down.
Lovely. With that, they close the doors, and as they close the doors, the entire of the inside of the van seems to turn pitch black. There's no windows out over to the outside. There's just darkness and all four of you. You seem to be driving for a very good period of time, at least an hour from how you can track with your brain. By that time, the rest of you guys are slowly starting to wake up and come out of things, as the van itself is coming to a pause.
Not gonna
It's
take
just
me
like-
to a... Oh,
He's
carry on.
like, hey guys, and then just turns to Thaddeus and goes, hey.
Artemis sort of like moans to go, oh, not taking us to the fucking hospital. Like, my arm's in pain, you know, bitch!
Artemis, calm down. I know it hurts.
You're
But
telling me to calm...
we need you to be quiet.
Oh yeah,
Everyone
because you
else.
didn't just see your best friend turn into some kind of demon and leave you, when even though you came all the way here just to rescue them and just find out that they just... You don't know shit, Fox! You don't know fucking shit!
Liam just sighs and just tries to look if there is any kind of diagnostic port in the car.
Well, as you're having a butcher's, the doors of the van actually open wide, and a quick burst of light shines into the van, seemingly blinding you guys for just a moment, as you can't really put your hands up to cover the light. But as you look out, you notice that the outsiders are there looking into the van, and besides them are a squad of shielded riot control police, and behind them a series of police officers with giant shotguns sticking right into the van itself.
Well, Liam just thinks, well, this is I love when we are in America.
Just thinks to himself,
This is
just like my 14th birthday.
This is going to be so much fun.
That's when
Because
you hear
he-
Ace chiming, and he just goes, "You kidding? This is the most fun I've had in quite some time. Looks like the welcome wagon certainly put out all the best for you. I mean, look at this guy. He's brand new to a force, and he's got riot gear on. Ain't that right, Greg? Can you shut up, Ace?" Anyway, can I just ask you fellas to just come one by one out of that van there? Well, I'm just gonna take you inside this building here.
Honestly, it's just a huge misunderstanding. Like I said, we're the innocent ones. You'll find that that's the truth, and you'll have to let us go, and then you'll have a big lawsuit ahead of you. Have fun with that.
Thaddeus,
Just slapped Thaddeus
What? I'm
in,
what? I'm
right
not.
in the face.
Just-
Right in the face.
just shut up, because there is a thing called Miranda rights, and they have, if they must, they will use them, which also means everything you say will be used against you. Not exactly like that, but something along those lines.
No, you're no fun at all. That's the problem with you goody two-shoes.
And as you guys are having that mini argument, you look back and Ace has both his pistols out again, going, "Now, do we want a repeat of what happened before you got in this van, little fella?"
Fine, but you better make this brief.
Can I just quickly sidle up to one of them and just be like, please tranquilize them again?
Now, you
Yeah.
see here, my big rocky friend, I'm only going to tranquilize them if they cause any trouble, or if I feel as if the best way to get them from A to B is by shutting them up.
That is the best way to get them from A to B, I promise.
Well, let's just see how this goes first. Mr. Rockman, would you mind being the first one out, please?
I'll just jump out
As you jump
with a
out,
big
like
crash.
the earth shakes a little bit, the van bounces up a little bit as well, as the riot police are just like, "Oh," just all like reared back to you again. Just go, "Now don't worry about the police officers, just walk through those doors there, okay?"
He just starts walking towards the doors and whistling.
Lovely stuff.
Liam just walks behind Ugg, and as if there is a moment that he could stealthily try to open the cuffs, he would like to try that.
I would like for you to roll me a cunning check, please.
That's a 10.
Not bad. You don't necessarily completely loosen the cuffs in front of everyone, but you find a way to unlatch them that little bit to make things a little bit more comfy for now. That gives you more opportunity when you're secluded later on.
Yes.
So keep that in mind as you follow Erg and you walk along.
Of course, not pulling them apart, because his like if he could open them, he would just hold them there and just be like walking walking hands behind his back and being like, yeah. It's like knowing that, okay, these cuffs are open, but they don't know that.
I was gonna say, is the deputy like sort of alongside Blummin what Ace? Like is Mountain alongside Ace or is
Oh, yeah.
or is
Mountains
Okay.
alongside Ace, but whilst Ace has like he only has the one gun out, just making sure, just in case. But being more friendly about it. Mountain's
I would
very
like
much like cross-armed, like when Liam specifically walks past, just giving Liam a look as if to think, "Don't you dare try anything."
I would like to have Artemis spit at Mountain's face.
Okay, you spit. You spit at Mountain's face. As you spit at the face, you notice like all the shotguns being targeted towards you towards Artemis for a brief instant. The deputy just looking over towards Artemis and just going, "You want to try that again so I can break your other arm?"
You want to try? Oh, if you really want to try, I'll break your whole face.
Like you're basically face to face at this point, having a proper stare down.
Oh yeah.
And Ace just chimes in, just going, hey, what's all the fuss here? All I'm asking is that you walk through a door. Now, is that hard, deputy? I know that wasn't very nice, but be the better man. Stand up, breathe in, and let this person through, okay? It's okay. If you want to beat the living snot out of each other, we can sort out a match later. How's that sound?
That'll be fucking perfect.
The deputy just goes,
Idol tag team.
the deputy just like crosses the arms and looks away, just going, as if to not really want to respond, but being respectful to Ace.
Oh, what's the matter, Judy McCobbs? Little afraid that your bunny ears will get torn off?
You notice a single revolver being clicked into the back of Artemis's head. Just going out. Now, Drow, you better be careful. I know my deputy's staying true to what I say to her, but without any word, that doesn't mean I'm gonna be soft on you. Now, how about you get moving now, or else I'm gonna have to use another bullet.
Fuck you, and she'll just walk along with everyone else.
And I believe we do get a call.
At some point, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
We'd have to wait for Thaddeus to come out of the van first.
Yeah.
Now, at the moment, is Thaddeus still in the van?
I mean, could I? You know what? I'm gonna privately message you because I
Right.
want to do something really sneaky.
Okay.
Should I do it through Facebook or Messenger?
Whichever's
Oh,
easiest.
Discord or okay. Let's go through. You know what? Let's go through Discord. I have it open already, and it's fine.
I'll have a look and see what happens with this.
There you go. Should be in the
Lovely.
Discord.
Let's have a look. If you want to make that happen, Roll me a smarts check.
Hmm. Okay. I am nervously sweating right now. I'm like, that's a 10. That's
As
a
you're
10.
just nonchalantly just holding to the rules, walking forward. You walk forward and you get to the door, and say a quirky dastardly line.
Um.
Put you on the spot.
Yeah, you put me on the spot, man. Hey, I heard on the weather forecast it's gonna get foggy, and bam.
And you drop your smoke bomb.
Oh snap!
Only as you drop the smoke bomb, you drop it as if to go. As you see the smoke rising, and the smoke's only rising around you, and everyone knows exactly where you are.
Could I then make it look as though that I have just disappeared in a puff of smoke?
like you're kind of like putting your cape up that little bit more, as if to think, I'm shrouded.
I'm shrouded, yes. I'm hidden.
Like, only for like for someone to walk on over, grab you by the back of the neck as if to hold you up. And it's the deputy, as the deputy just goes, "Come on, troublemaker."
Oh, it was worth a try. A dramatic escape would have been absolutely amazing. The headlines. No, I can imagine the headlines now. Dastardly Thaddeus escapes from cops. Or something more.
Like, you're led inside with everyone else, and Ace follows behind you, just picking up your smoke bomb and going, "Hey, this still has a lot of juice in it. I'll just put it into... Put it away for safekeeping for you. You can have it back later." And as you guys go in, it's not your stereotypical police station. You go in, and there is at first what seems to be a long corridor going down. You're paraded down this corridor, and as you do, there are windows on your left and right hand side of people in office rooms. There's offices on either end, people in suits, or maybe just very well put together tops, ties, or no ties at all. You can notice that all of these people have guns in some way or form. You even notice that one of the rooms on one of your sides is like a presentation room where they have a bunch of tables and chairs looking at a projector. No one's in there, but you know that it's a very important room for meetings and updates of situations. And as you were brought down, all four of you are systematically brought into a room with a long table. There's a long table with just 4 seats, one for each of you, and each of you are carefully put down on your supposed seat, with Erg at the far left, Liam being the next, Thaddeus being the next, and Artemis being the last. As you guys are put into that position, behind you are the outsiders. But in front of you is a door. Coming out of that door first, you don't notice who it is because they're quite a ways away, walking up another corridor. But as they get closer, you start recognizing who it is. It's Sean Leafmeyer.
Well, fuck.
Well, dang.
As he walks up, sits on the other chair opposite you guys, and looks at all 4 of you and goes, "I don't want you guys to think that I brought you here under bad pretenses, so... Guys, can you release him, please?" And just like that, it's like as if the outsiders just go over to your handcuffs and just unhandcuff you. As you're...
Artemis. Sorry, carry on.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh no, Artemis, as they sort of handcuff Artemis's arm, it's like, watch the fucking arm!
The deputy's undoing Artemis's handcuffs, and at the time you just think, oh, they get a little bit tight, and just like, oh no, so sorry, let me undo that for you.
I'll sort you out in the ring later, bitch.
You just have her. She undoes the handcuffs, goes to walk away, so just hear her just go, "Bitch yourself." As Sean catches wind of it all and just going, "Hey, calm down. Much as you're led to believe with a police escort, you're not actually here on bad pretenses. Also put the police out there to make them think we're bringing in someone bad, but no, you're actually alright. You're not here with any trouble whatsoever, and the outsiders know it as well, don't you guys?" Ace and the deputy just giving a nod over to Sean. But before Sean says anything, he has a look at his watch and just goes, "Oh wait, before I say what I gotta say to you guys, I've got something important that's coming up. Look at the screen." He whips out a remote, turns the screen on, and on the screen is kind of like a press pedestal with like a little microphone attached to it. There's a lot of flashing lights already from like different paparazzi in preparation. And coming out onto the pedestal is the current reigning World Hardcore Champion, Lavanya Rekable.
Sweet.
And
So what does it feel like playing 3 characters, Hirsch?
I mean, honestly, it's kind of like hard to keep track of.
There.
I bet.
So, Lavanya specifically standing on this pedestal, taking her first official press announcement since becoming the champion. And Tash, I did ask you to prepare something for this.
I did prepare a thing.
And
Don't
go
get set.
ahead.
As everyone who witnessed the World Hardcore Championship between Mike Jaws and myself saw, the masked stranger took the title from both of us. I stand by what I've said before. I didn't earn that victory. So for that reason, anyone is welcome to fight me, but not for the belt. That is for Mike Jaws to fight me for in the Shark Cage rematch. It's only fair that he gets another chance to defend his title properly without any outside interference. I only wish for Mike Jaws to make a speedy recovery. In the meantime, I've been making good on a few promises I've made during my stay in the Bermuda Triangle. First of all, I've been assisting the members of the Undercity Gym with some refurbishment and repairs. We've made a lot of progress in making it better than it was before with the help of some generous building companies, contractors, and people who donated money and equipment. We're all really grateful for your contribution and are welcome to look at all the hard work we've achieved once it's finished. I've also been given permission to design and repair an old playground that was worse for wear with the help and input from some of the members here at the Undercity Gym and some of the kids as well. I'm pleased to say we are on schedule for a grand opening where it also promotes fitness as well as elements of fun for all. All of this has made me want to set in motion a worldwide project to build, repair, and promote gyms that are in need of help due to poverty. I used to be a kid who didn't have many opportunities to grow, but with the support from my mother, my grandparents, my coach, and some amazing friends I met along the way, I became someone who has the power to pay it all back in kind by giving others from all different walks of life the chance to become champions. And I'm guessing this is the part where people might ask questions?
Oh yeah.
As soon as you reach
Yeah,
that.
Go ahead.
Dom, are we still in handcuffs?
Oh no, you've been released from your handcuffs.
Oh, in which case, just gives a massive, really wide round of applause.
Nice.
And before I say what Liam is doing, I am going to say one thing, which that speech actually made me want to say. Tash, you really should consider working for, government, being a minister or something, because that was an awesome speech.
Nope.
But thank you.
Well, I mean, thank you. But yeah.
That's pretty awesome. Though.
Thank you.
It was really
Yeah.
good. Well done. at this moment in time, and as you guys are watching, there is like you kind of like leave like the plate quite open as you hear like a bunch of people just rambling as if they're just throwing different questions at you. You hear one specific person near the front just going, "What about your father, Radovan Rekabal, the world heavyweight champion? You got anything to say about him? He knocked you the hell out."
At the moment, I don't have anything to say to no. At the moment, I don't really have anything to say to him. I want to focus more on the really important things, such as the project that I'm hoping to get off the ground, and focusing on family and helping people out where it needs be.
And then you just hear like another guy but on the opposite side just going like, "Yeah, that's all well and good, but isn't it that your father said that you were unworthy at times? Isn't it true that your dad beat the living crap out of you as a kid?" Yeah. Like a lot of paparazzi asking really deep personal questions.
Again, I don't want to give my father any more attention than he deserves.
And then as you're watching back at the room, it's like as if the screen gets like static across it, like when you get beams of like that weird like staticky bits across it all. At first you just think, "Oh crap, the signal's going bad." Even Sean is just banging the remote going, "Oh, it's stupid screen, I thought we fixed this." And as the screen goes fuzzy, the screen then just seems to snap to a completely different scene altogether, showing none other than the World Heavyweight Championship belt, and behind it, Radovan Rekabal,
Ha!
who simply stares into the camera with his cold, calculating gaze, and just going, "Typical that my daughter would be willing to give up the one world championship she was able to claim fair and square, regardless of the circumstances. Being world heavyweight champion means that you become a new person, new responsibilities, new power. You're squandering it just by giving it away and telling that Mike can have another shot. You know why he doesn't have another shot against me? He's not worthy. He took his shot and he wasn't ready for it, and now he'll never get it ever again. Now you dare to give up the pride, the power of a world championship just because you don't think you deserve it? Because you want to be fair? Being fair gets you nowhere. I'm not talking as your father, I'm talking as the world heavyweight champion. And I will say to you what I said back in that ring. You are not worthy." And then the screen just seems to flash back to static and goes back to the podium, where Lavagna's still trying to answer questions, but it's becoming a little bit hellish, but Lavagna's just keeping the cool.
Yeah.
And we're back in the room.
Yeah.
Well,
Sean just looks over to you lot and just goes, "Well, looks like someone's got daddy issues."
yeah.
Well, to be fair, she's kind of putting up the, how you say, middle finger to him, so really, you have to give her a round of applause for that.
I mean, Lavagna's doing some great work. I respect her as the world hardcore champion. If she wants to go ahead and do what she wants to do, I'm all for it. But Radovan, I don't know what he's saying, I don't know what he's doing. Those words, however, leave me a bit skeptical. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about any of that right now. We just thought that was interesting because you guys know Lavagna really well. More pressing matters at hand. First off, thank you very much for tracking down Mad World. You did a fantastic job. Wasn't expecting the big top to be burned ablaze, but heck, good stuff nonetheless.
And zombies. There were zombies involved. Or something along those lines. They weren't really zombies.
About that. You see, I've been trying my best to keep things in check. The Miami the government of Miami want to have you all put to death.
Well, that's a bit extreme, seeing as we're a totally innocent party.
Well, you say that, but you haven't exactly seen what's been happening since you accidentally let loose zombies now, have you?
I mean, technically, I wasn't the one that pushed the button. Artemis was.
Yeah, it wasn't me either. I was.
So if anything, she should be the one put to death. I mean, no offense, but
Erg just sort of turns around and is like, wait, what happened? I wasn't paying attention.
Artemis just giving like a look as if to go, "Oh, it was me, but too angry to bother. Sean looking over, just going, look, it doesn't matter who did it. Most important thing is that you guys need to see this. I flicks to the screen again, presses a different button, and it comes up with footage that's being streamed on the news of zombies gradually taking over people around Miami and spreading everywhere. To the point where the army has had to lock down the ins and outs of Miami itself. Miami is now the new zombie land.
I'm not gonna lie, this is feeling a little bit too close for home, Dom.
whoops.
And because of you guys, now Miami has a zombie outbreak that they're trying to keep under wraps. Sean Leafmeyer looking towards you and just going, now, you see, this isn't just a simple situation I can just wash off my hands and wash off yours. This has become something bigger. Now, even you can see the Outsiders, the World Tag Team Champions. I had to rein them in just to get you out of there. Not to arrest you, not to put you on death's row, just to save you and get you the hell out of that place before other cops showed up.
A funny way of saving us.
Hey, look, and this is when he just stands up and smashes his hands under the table. He just goes, I put my ass out for you, and look what you've done out there. Regardless of what you were intending to do in the first place, I'm thankful that you investigated Mad World. And whatever happened, I am not thankful that now we have a zombie breakout on our hands.
Just at this point chirps in, just like, you put your ass out, I carried them.
It's at this time, Ace just puts a hand on your shoulder, just comes over to your ear, and just goes, as much as I like that pun, boy, you might want to keep him in check for just a moment. John just takes that moment to just calm down a little bit, take a seat back in his chair.
Very quickly, just sort of responds back in a whisper, what's a pun?
Ace just takes a moment, gives you just 2 pats on the shoulder, nods, and just goes and stands back where he was. And as Sean has had a moment to get a little bit more calculated, he looks back over to all 4 of you and just goes, I haven't been able to break a deal yet. But there's one thing that I did offer that may just save you guys from doing anything. Well, doing anything. I mean, it may just save you from death row, or even save you from doing hard time. The only way they're gonna be convinced to not throw you guys on a death row is if you guys find a way to get rid of this zombie outbreak.
So let me get this straight. Despite us lacking the knowledge that the people in the audience would turn into zombies and infect everyone else, you're asking us to become some kind of suicide squad to find a way to, get rid of the problem.
He steps up, he stands up with his hands behind his back, taking a moment and then looking over and just going, in a way, yes. But you don't have a choice in the matter anymore. Because of this situation, it's either you do exactly as I tell you, and we try to get you out of this mess, or you're going to be in even deeper shit than you already are. I'm sorry. But even though most of you are champions, you don't have diplomatic immunity out here. And because we have the World Tag Team Champions here, I can only hold them back as much as I can. I've given the government of Miami, as well as the outsiders, have given me 24 hours. You have exactly 24 hours to find a way to turn back the zombie apocalypse. That's all I can give you.
Well, there is one way we can do it, but I really hope it doesn't come to that.
I mean, that would certainly solve the problem.
Yeah.
Nuke Miami.
I wouldn't say nuke. I would rather say a specific and tactical nuclear strike. Of course, after we are out of here.
So nuke Miami.
I wouldn't be saying it that rashly, but basically, yes.
So we either have 3 options. 1, we could just squander our 24 hours, do nothing, and end up in death's row and get killed for something that we're completely innocent of. 2nd, we, as Erg had more or less simply put it, nuke Miami. Or maybe there is somebody who may have, I don't know, something in medicine that can possibly have an antidote or cure to this whole zombie apocalypse thing and turn everyone back to normal.
At this point, Erg will stand up, walk
please.
over to Thaddeus and grab him like, do you know something?
And at this point, Liam actually just face palms like, please don't say that we need to talk to Strongham.
I mean, 1, who? Second of all, may not be this Strongham you speak of. This could possibly be a scientist who knows a thing or two about the zombie apocalypses and has probably made a vial or something to inject the whole city with. I don't know. I mean, I don't really know anything about anyone who's, I don't know, a specialist in that field, but it's worth a try.
Erg just sort of just got a really shrewd look on his face like, you're being oddly specific.
Yes.
Tom, do I know anything?
Well, this is the part where I want all of you to roll me smarts checks to see if during your time going through the big top, checking things out, any of you know anything, or at least caught a glimpse of anything at all that may help you on your escapades.
Well, Liam rolled an 8.
I rolled a perfect.
Erg rolled a critical.
Yeah, I rolled a critical as well. Hey.
Nice one. Was that for Thaddeus or for Artemis?
That was for Thaddeus. Oh yeah, shit, that's a good point. I rolled a 3, whatever Artemis's modifier is.
Okay.
You can add that to.
Okay. So Artemis was in a very angry state, you know. So the focus was mostly on finding Agatha, and because of that, didn't really clock onto a lot else apart from obviously what happened. Liam, you tried to keep your eyes open as much as you could whilst you're patrolling the place, but because Artemis was so fast and you wanted to make sure nothing too crazy happened and you wanted to keep things in check, didn't quite catch on to anything, sadly. But Erg and Thaddeus, as you were going through these areas, you noticed that when you were sitting with people, this is more so when Thaddeus was sitting with people, you were noticing that the people next to you, when they were sat down on their seats, there were tubes coming down from their seats. because near the beginning of the fight against the chainsaw clowns, you were actually positioned underneath where people were sitting. You had a chance. You couldn't help but noticing, because at this point you were Ergington. You couldn't help but notice that every single seat seemed to have tubes running down from it, going down through and underground to the big top. And from what you saw while you were down there during the performance, you couldn't help but notice that there was something running down these tubes, down into the underground area that the big top was. You couldn't tell whether it was more liquid than gaseous, but there was definitely something in those tubes being taken down into the underground.
At this moment, I reckon, like, Erg and Thaddeus, they shall both have a sudden wide-eyed realization at the same time, just say, "The tubes!"
Yeah, the tubes!
At this moment in time, the Sean looks over to you, and the outsiders are just looking to each other, being a bit puzzled, just going, "What do you mean by tubes?"
It's like, the tubes, and then pops a smarts pill.
Well, underneath the seats of where the people were sitting next to us, I suppose, there seemed to be tubes that ran down from the seats and led somewhere. I'm sure Erg probably saw where they led to, because he was in a completely different position to where we were sitting.
Indeed. I managed to notice, as I was standing underneath the stage while everything was coming through, these tubes, they had some sort of a liquid or a gas, I think a liquid, passing through them and going towards the underground segment of the big top, wherever that may have led to, I don't understand, but I have a suspicion this was the case, as I noticed. Also, up on the seats, there was tubes there too, so...
The strange question is, though, why did it affect everyone else but us?
We moved quite quickly. We were out of those seats in moments.
But even still, everyone fell unconscious around the time when we were still in our seats.
But they had been there for a while, and we were only just arriving.
This
We
is
were the
very
last to
true.
arrive.
Sean is very intrigued as he's hearing a lot about these tubes and thinking this could be a link. As you guys are sat, the doors behind you guys just smash open as a guy just runs in with a wad of papers in his hands. He's going, "Mr. Leafmeyer, I think we got a lead. Back of the big top site, we found something."
Drum roll, please!
Explain now.
The gentleman walks on over, gives Sean these bits of paper as he looks over them, and he just goes, "My God, I think you guys need to see this." He passes over these 4 images, and you got all 4 of them closer by so that you guys are able to come on over and have a look at them. They are 4 images of what they found when they took the big top away after they collapsed it all. They collapsed it all, and like you guys found out, did notice there were tubes going underground. As they pulled the big top away, the tubes detached themselves with the big top, and now what's left are a series of holes in a circular formation of where the big top was. That's the first picture. The second picture shows a hatch in the center of this circle that was underneath the big top this whole time. The third picture is an image of what's underneath the hatch, being a ladder going underground, looking very similar to the hatch and underground ladder of a certain professor you guys were fighting a considerable time ago in Egypt.
Oh, no.
Oh, what is it? with these evil scientists, no offense, Thaddeus, and goddamn hatches.
First of all, I'm not a scientist. I am a doctor. Second of all, I am a dastardly villain who probably would have thought of something like a trapdoor, so I suppose great villains do think alike. But that's besides the point. Rude.
I said no offense, you nincompoop.
And then you see the fourth image, and the fourth image is a little bit skew with, as the fourth image seems to be like a little bit slanted, not quite in focus for the most part, and doesn't seem to be as well formatted as the others. From the fourth image, you can just about make out a series of zombies underground, a massive container of some kind, and a man in black from head to toe just looking at the container, or at least with his back to the camera, as far as you're aware.
I mean, out of character, but I imagine this guy underneath the black has got blonde hair and sunglasses on.
The man that passed the photos over to Leafmeyer points at that fourth one and just goes, "When we took our agent in to take those photos, we got the camera, but the agent never came out."
Well, we need to return to this big top post haste.
Hey, wait a minute. I know I gave you guys 24 hours to sort this all out, but this place looks really dangerous. I can't just throw you guys in there. What if something terrible happens?
That's right, I'll throw them in there. It's fine.
And you just hear a chuckle from Thaddeus. Honestly, we're wrestlers. We live for the danger. Why do you...
Actually, that's a point. Artemis needs her arm at least looked at medically.
If we would go there, we could go there because, well, in 24 hours we would be dead anyway.
We wouldn't be dead in 24 hours. We'd be on death row in 24 hours, which would give us many years to escape.
I mean, this is very true.
So it's at this time that Sean just seems to ponder for a bit, looks on over to the outsiders, and the outsiders, like the deputies, not really caring that much, just with crossed arms, while Ace is looking at Sean and actually gives Sean like a wink, as if to give Sean like a message, as he looks at all of you and just goes, I might regret saying this, but I need the four of you to get down there and see what the hell's happening.
With my fucking arm, and Artemis just... Yeah, she's like... your arm's fucked up!
Well, about that arm. You see, we can do one of two things. You see, Artemis, we can put your arm back together again so you'll be fit and ready to go down there. Not a problem. But there is something the boys have been working on over in the science department. They've got an experimental surgery that they can do on your arm. Something special that may be beneficial, but only if you want to go ahead with it.
Oh man, I don't know how Evie would feel about this. I feel like I should ask Evie about...
Anything... Well, you got to remember, this is Artemis going back to the location she lost her best friend. Of course, she's going to do anything in her power to get her back.
Okay, so in that case then, Artemis will be like, do it. If it's going to help me find my friend sooner or later, just do what you gotta do.
Sean takes a step back, like looking at Artemis, to seemingly looking over at the deputy, giving a nod, and the deputy just looks back at one of the doors and just say, "Bring in the signs, guys!" And then you just see like a bunch of guys in lab coats just come on over, put Artemis into a wheelchair, and whisk her away. As Sean Leafmeyer stands near the doors behind you and just goes, "I'm guessing you guys don't want to just sit there and just wait for your friend like casuals. Why don't you come with me? We get to watch the surgery firsthand."
If I may, would I be able to be closer to the action, as it were? I would like to observe the instruments they use and the processes for personal information.
My friends, you will have front row seats. You're about to see what true technology can do. And as he guides you guys back down some of the corridors you went down, he explains to you, "You see, ever since you guys took down Strongham, it's been of great use over to us. We're able to take some of his research and start developing our own works, but actually using it as intended, not what Strongham was doing. Now, thanks to you, we're able to construct real technological advantages. Gentlemen, I give you the greatest advancement in wrestling history. I give you the cybernetic attachment." And as he looks back, you notice that Artemis is laying on a surgical bed, at the moment knocked out and on ventilation. As you notice that there is a shining silver arm currently like hanging in the operation room.
At this point, Ergington pulls out, from nowhere it seems, a pair of opera glasses.
I was gonna say her arm's broken, not amputated.
I know what you're thinking. I understand that indeed. Doesn't need amputation, it just needs a firm relocation. But hear me out. We do this and replace her arm with this. With this. Not just is Artemis going to be way more effective in the wrestling world, Artemis is going to have more functionality than you can ever imagine. Boys! He just seems, and then he seems to recognize that, oh yes, he actually needs to push the button of the tannoy nearby in order to speak to the people in there. Just goes, "Boys, do your work." As you guys just simply stand there and watch the operation take place.
Oh my god. Like, I bet Evie will be ecstatic about this, right? Would she be able to, like, draw cards from, like, within her arm? Just be like, get out of her palm.
Cybernetic dual
like,
So,
yeah, dual this.
What ends up happening is the surgery goes through, and as it does, Artemis awakens in a bed that is sorted out. But you guys are around at the time, as well as Sean. And as Artemis wakes up, Artemis would just look at both of their arms, just think nothing.
What the?
Looks different.
Yeah, what the fuck did you do to me? I mean, what? I'm so sorry.
Sean presses a button which lifts the bed ever so slightly, so Artemis is in a upright sitting position. And
Fantastic.
just goes, "Artemis, gentlemen, it's about time I told you exactly what I did to your arm. Look right here." And as he says that, there's a X-ray behind him of the new arm, which comes up clear as day on the X-ray as metallic instead of bone, perfectly in there where, obviously where the sockets would be, but it's all metallic from the ball of the shoulder blade going down the arm, and even the hand is also metallic.
Oh boy.
He just goes, we've replaced your entire arm with a new type of cybernetic steel. Not just is it very doable, not just is it deadly on its own, but why don't you clasp your hand like this? Does a simple gesture of clasping his hand.
Okay, like she clasps her hand.
As Artemis clasps her hand, out of nowhere it seems as if a little compartment just below the wrist opens up, and you notice a card popping out.
Oh snap! Evie's gonna be so pleased with this. She's missing out, man.
She's got the combination of a dual disc and a Beyblade in her arm now.
Yeah. I know,
And,
right?
and effectively, Sean looks at you, looks at Artemis and just goes, "Artemis, I hope you don't mind. You are our first successful applicant, and because of that, the boys made a little modification to your arm. Now, whenever you want to use your tarot decks, you can just simply clasp your hand, and a new card will be released. Now, you can either just simply take the card and use it as you wish." Or if you clasp the card and punch forward, it will launch the card as if you were throwing it.
Holy shit! I mean, I shouldn't be excited because she's not my character, but holy shit!
You will notice
Yeah.
one thing, however, if I can just show you. He comes on over, pops the card back, and just seems to pops Artemis' arm back
Oh
to how it was. It's a little bit scary to just see someone just go. But it doesn't hurt. It doesn't tingle at all. It's like, ooh, cool. He just turns Artemis's arm around to the back of the hand, and like hits the ball joint of the wrist. And as he hits the ball joint of the wrist, a different compartment opens up, revealing where the tarot deck sits.
Oh snap!
Saying, "We've put the remainder of your cards right here into in your what is known as your wrist compartment. Once your cards are run out, that's it. You'll need to reload it yourself when you get the chance. But just in case, we were also able to get a hold of something very rare. Must warn you, what I'm about to give you is extremely dangerous. What I'm about to give you, if used in an inappropriate and completely wrong way, could result in some mass problems. Understand?"
Okay. Yeah, sorry. I'm like so. What? Okay. Yeah, like, I mean, she's just more impressed that they managed to like sort of do this with her arm and that.
So,
Sort of
like, being a bit stunned at the time, all Leafmeyer does is come on over to Artemis's real arm and plants something into Artemis's hand on Artemis's left-hand side.
Okay.
Artemis then looks over. It's a deck of cards.
Ooh,
A
snap.
deck of 12 cards.
Ah.
A deck of 12 major arcana cards.
Oh snap!
You have no idea what I had to go through to get that deck built. I've spent a lot of money on this. You are the greatest experiment I've ever invested into. In fact, not just you. All 4 of you are the greatest experiment I've invested into. Now, if Artemis is feeling good with the arm, if you're all feeling good in yourselves, we need to get you back to that hole.
Oh heck yeah! This is more like it.
Erg just stops and just like, wait, all 4 of us are experimenting? What do you mean?
My boy, once this is blown over, I will explain exactly what I mean. But you don't have enough time. You've only got 12 hours left on the clock.
Wait, 12?
Yes, the surgery took a little bit longer than we were expecting. I'm sorry.
What they?
It only felt like 5 minutes. 12 hours.
I was gonna say, like, they spent all 12 hours watching Artem.
Oh, yeah.
It's something Urgenton would do.
It didn't feel like 12 hours, but yeah, it was 12 hours.
Well, while this has been going on, Liam has been messaging with his lawyer all this time.
It's like, do I have any way of getting out of this legally?
No, it's actually not like that. It's more like
I need to sue somebody.
I need to really sue somebody, and it's going to be an international incident. And well, I'm not happy doing it. But if you could do this, arrange everything ready, I would like to have things going on because if nothing else, I want the compensation for the pain and suffering.
You
And
finished
also-
messaging like your lawyer team throughout the 12 hours. You were like waiting patiently to get a response. You did get a response back. It was just a message from the lawyer team, basically saying we will look into this for you.
Okay.
We have accepted your
Uh,
claim. Your number is 31796. Have a nice day. We'll be in touch.
Well,
Oh,
I'm not on a priority list. That's disappointing.
Sadly,
well.
being the strong star for being a strong star champion only gets you so far, apparently.
Yeah.
Huh.
You haven't got a British lawyer, that's your problem.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, true.
Du-du-du-du-du-du. But yes,
Oh,
if you guys are ready,
hmm
yeah, we're ready.
Yeah, we're ready.
lovely. Sean Leaf might
I
before you all head
I
off.
assume at this point, by the way, because it's been 12 hours, that the smart's worn off.
Sadly,
Again.
yes. Like it was like as if you were watching the surgery and you were enjoying it from an actual oh wow, how fascinating situation. But the longer the surgery went, it went from fascinating to oh boring.
About 8 hours in, Herb just pulled a basketball out from nowhere and just started playing with it.
Just dribble, yeah.
Mhm.
And with that, before you guys are heading out, Sean Leaf Meyer puts you like all through like a strange corridor that sprays. Like it seems to spray bits over you, as any damage you have received in the past encounter has been healed.
Aw,
Ah,
it's cool. It's. I suppose this is another one of those nanotech things you mentioned with the whole like, ah, yes, we have the technology to do things and stuff.
No, well, yes.
Hmm.
I'd be quite
wonders
surprised.
if,
This stuff has actually been in circulation for quite some time now.
I was sort of going to like, try and get the point across. Hang on, let me roll a dice quickly. Yeah, okay. He's actually going to try and ask if there's any way they could like give us a bottle of this that we could spray when we're out to try and heal ourselves.
He looks over. He looks over at his science boys, has a bit of a chat for a moment, and goes back over to you, Erg, and gives you 2 canisters. And these are classed as canisters of healing breeze.
Oh,
Ooh.
Effectively, you can spray them on yourself or spray them on someone that you're right next to. Kind of like the health sprays out of Resident Evil.
oh yeah.
And they will effectively heal someone for 1d6 plus whoever uses it smarts.
Like knowing obviously Erg's intelligence is pretty low right now. He just he sort of stares at them and then just like pleadingly looks at Liam.
fine, I'll take them.
just shoves them in his direction, just like big smile.
Oh, funny.
So Sean has the van outside, ready to take you guys in there. The The riot police at this point have gone. They've been called away because they're not needed anymore.
Well, yeah, they better not be needed anymore.
Oh, but I needed that. I can tell you that much. Oh, that sneeze. Anyway. And as you get into the back of the van, ready to be dropped off back to where you were, Sean Leafmeyer looks to you all before the doors are closed by the outsiders, going, just remember, you have 12 hours to get this all sorted. If you don't finish it within that time, the outsiders will be after you, and they'll be after you properly. You're outside my jurisdiction, and they'll be working for the Miami government. You get that?
So what you're saying is we need to smash fast and smash hard?
Yes.
So
That is what I'm saying.
if we are not speedy enough, we just need to bash their skulls in and probably take care of them that way. Okay, not my words. You gave us your blessing to do that while you said that.
Was it Artemis that really wanted to take a fight with them?
It was
I
Artemis
mean,
who... It was Artemis who was getting really pissy with the deputy.
Yeah, I mean, she's pissy with, like, Ace, but she's more pissy with the deputy.
I'll just like tap Artemis on the shoulder and sort of whisper in her ear, just like, you want to have a tag team match when this is all over?
It may not be such a bad idea if we get out of this alive.
And I'll just stroll back over to Ace, offer a big handout and be like, when this is all over, we're coming for you.
And Ace puts a hand out to you, shakes your hand, and just goes, my friend, it'll be an honor. I'm sure me and my deputy would like to face you in the ring. Ain't that right, deputy? The deputy just looks over, still cross-armed, just giving Artemis a straight-up stare down.
Oh, she's staring down as well, don't you worry.
It's like as if the world around you just fades to nothing, as you can just imagine both of them standing on opposite sides of the ring, staring at each other with like the epic stare down of history with an audience going,
Yeah, like little lightning bolt. Little lightning bolt, like stare,
But this
stare,
standoff
stare.
is like, it's broken by the, that they realise there's a fucking sound coming from Erg.
oh, very nice.
Mm.
The doors of the van are then closed. You guys are whisked away, and we will continue with this next week in the next episode of Ring Warriors.
How does
Yeah.
he do it? Two in a row, Dom! Come on!
Yeah, boys!
Nice.
Yep.
Gotta represent.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, there you go. Artemis has a brand new card throwing arm.
Heck yeah.
And
I mean,
finally gets a major tarot deck.
Evie should really get in here so she can actually use it and have fun with it.
We've got the combination of Beyblade and Yu-Gi-Oh! We've got a couple of first aid sprays. I won't be surprised if one of us comes across a grenade launcher at some point soon.
I mean, yeah.
Or of course someone with a pair of massive biceps, because as we know, you've got to have a bit of Chris Redfield somewhere.
I mean, true. True.
Chris, this way! Yes.
But there we go. Yes. But there we go. Yeah, time to take down the zombie apocalypse and be like, yeah, we're not gonna be on death row, bitches.
Yeah, you can tune into that from next week to see what happens with the guys and gals. If you haven't already, consider following, subscribing, and all that fun jazz. We also have access to the Discord server, which you can join us for some even more fun times, which should be down in the description. All the panels, regardless of where you are watching this. Join us for some epic fun times in the future. Until then, it is goodbye, all my wrestling friends.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye!
And goodbye from yours truly. See you later, guys. Stay explosive. We'll be seeing you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah.